What up, YouTube? This is AZ3KGT. Just to let you know, what's going on with the car is that I finally got it back home. It was kind of stuck at the shop. I was trying to find some time to work on it after that P0300 issue. That seems to have been cleared up. Now I still need to get the oil pan resealed on it. I was actually going to pay somebody to do it, but of course they won't do it. So whatever, it's my build anyway. So I figured this is one of the few OEM parts, maybe they can do it, but they're like, yeah, sure, we'll do it, and then they just don't do it. So whatever, my deal. So I'll do it. So with this week right here, it's going to be tough for me to get anything done on it. I want to try to get some stuff done on Monday and Tuesday. At least try to get it to the point where I can get the oil pan off. Basically have no days off this week because coworker decided to take vacation, and I'm working pretty much every day this week to cover up the shifts. So it's going to be tough for me to find any time to work on the car to get the oil pan done. The car seems to be running fine. It does have some kind of like a miss or something like that when you first get on RPMs. That could be the headers being basically open headers at this point. But other than that, the car runs and drives it fine. It does seem to have a little bit less torque. It's most likely because of the open header situation. Has a little bit of back pressure makes it has a little bit of torque in the lower end, but you kind of suffer a little bit at the top end. But other than that, it seems to be running fine. So going to get this oil pan sealed up and then go to take it to the tuner and see how that works out. See what kind of power numbers it can do. Might even try to get this. It's like a base level tune from Chrome EC or something. They're the ones who tuned the Silver Bullet for GT Wizard, or otherwise, or Chris Wyman, whatever his name is. That one that being his car after GT Wizard passed away. So they should have some good tunes on hand. So we'll see how it goes. Should at least make it safe enough to drive it there if I don't want to tow it. As long as I get the oil pan sealed up, should be good to take it out there. So could be another long day at work today. That's like, also, if you want to know why the heck I'm not drag racing or something like that, it's because they're shutting down Arizona's drag strips to put a fucking road there. The only drag strip left in Arizona has been shut down because somebody wants to extend the I-10. It's like nobody gave a crap about extending the I-10. We would all rather have the drag strip there. Of course, these same Karens are probably like, they're going to be complaining about street racers. They're like, yeah, but y'all shut down the drag strip. You can't complain about street racers now that you've shut down the drag strip. I say, yeah, I know some of the street racers didn't use the drag strip. That's an inevitability because it's just so much more convenient that to street race as opposed to taking all the way to the track and paying like $120 to get in or $16 to get in and going through tech and all this kind of stuff to settle that dispute or just to have some fun out of it. But there are at least some people that were using the drag strip instead of street racing. Now you've taken away all their options. I think this year is going to be the last year they're using it. That's the reason why the IFO is no longer scheduling anything for Chandler, because Chandler's going away. Wild Horse Pass is being shut down. So we have no more drag strips in Arizona. Except, at least in Phoenix, except maybe the Tucson. The Tucson one's the only one left. Yeah, I'm pissed about that. I said, well, there goes the only opportunity I had to actually do any kind of racing at all, because there was the only one nearby. I'm not going 3 hours out to go to a drag strip for a couple hours and then come back home. Thanks, government. Destroying our only opportunities to have any fun. Nobody's paying attention to it either. I don't even think most people in Arizona know that they're actually going to destroy the only drag strip left in the state, and in Phoenix. I'd rather have the drag strip than a damn road. What do you do? I mean, I've done what I can to stop it, but I'm just one guy. Either way, peace out. See what we can get done on this car. So I got something to show you guys to tell you what's going on. Trying to get their oil pan resealed on the 3000 GT. I got it pretty much ready to go. I'm just like, once I get the oil filter and some new RTV, I'm gonna do it. But I'm kind of tight on money, so I don't want to spend it. But I can at least show you how I got the engine ripped apart at the moment. Why did I have to do anything? There you go, got it. Everything ready to drop out. The only thing called is just the bolt hole and the oil pan at the moment. So right now we have a problem. It's leaking right here. Leaking from between here and that bracket for the oil filter housing. And it dripping down. You can see the oil filter. Kind of oily. And then right here, this might be a worse problem than the worst of the two problems. That one could be the rear main. That's the one I'm really worried about, but this one here at the corner. So here it's kind of leaking out of these bowl holes. That's the one that has me worried. So I'm actually working on the oil pan, getting it back on. I've taken it off, trying to get it back on, and this was actually a much more involved process than I originally thought it was. You have to remove the right side cross member, starter, headers, alternator, radiator. It's a list of stuff you have to take apart to work on the car. Just to remove the oil pan while in the car. So, pain in the ass, but I figured we'd go ahead and show you the bottom end how it's doing. And I was actually worried that the back side of this oil pan was actually the rear main crank seal. It doesn't appear to be the case. The aluminum flywheel is completely clean of any kind of oil. Usually when you have a rear main crank seal, it leaks down the flywheel. There's no oil in that flywheel, and I'll show it to you. Let's get up under the car. Alright, so I haven't touched anything, and you can see that flywheel is clean. There's no grease on that flywheel. Here's the bottom end. Everything looks good. No discoloration or anything like that, which, you know, I didn't expect it to be, but, you know, it's always good to get down here and look. You can still see my markings when I was labeling the freaking cylinders. And right here, that's a mark to let me know which side of the bearing, which side of the cap was which should go to one side. So everything looks good. All came out clean with a little bit of gunk on the screen right here. But that was okay. This was a pretty involved process too, but I'm glad to see that there's no grease, no oil leakage or things like that. I saw a trail of oil right here on this main cap where I was suspecting a leak, and it was leaking down the face, the little dust cover that goes right here. So I'm pretty sure the issue was the oil pan right here. There's no oil on that aluminum flywheel, which would indicate a rear main crank seal has went off. And right here was the other leak was right here. And when you take the oil pan off, you can see where oil had been leaking at this corner. While the rest of the seal was dry, but right here at this corner it was wet with oil. So I'm pretty sure what I'm doing is the correct thing to do. So, but it's just a matter of getting it back in now. I just got a picture of what's going on up under the car. We're gonna keep working on getting the oil pan down. I'm still trying to reseal it. I was just kind of finishing stuff up before I reseal it and then stab it back up there and start the install process. Hopefully, now that I get everything cleaned up, ready to go, we won't have any more problems with leaks. I get some more progress on the GT. Got the oil pan, the cross member put back on, and the starter. I'll go ahead and show you what I got going on here. There you go. Everything put back on there. You can see the gasket kind of poking out around the edge. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting there. Let's see. Now to get down there and get the other two. Cut this. Alright, it's raining too. So I got the oil pan back on. It's ready to go. Cranked up run, it's not leaking any oil. And so I was ready to go to the tuner as far as I'm concerned. So it's going to be a little bit before I get the money up to do it because I've been spending money to get the shit done. But it's ready to go. And I did some little work on the inside. I put a new floor pan down. on the passenger side to kind of raise your foot up, and I'm going to get me a new one on the driver's side to do the same thing, raise your foot up so your pedals, your feet don't feel as low on the pedal, because with the carpet on there, it actually raises your feet up a little bit. It feels kind of weird. That's why you see a lot of race cars put these footrests down so raise your foot up so it doesn't feel so weird. And I'll probably get me some new aluminum pedals for it and bolt those on to see how we go. But it's about ready to go. Just need to do it. Just need to get down to the tuner. See what it's like. This AZ3K GT signing out. Peace.